David, hello. So, you've asked about top 10 lists of the movies of 2016. I'm gonna run you down as quickly as I can the top 10 films of 2016 as far as I'm concerned, without any spoilers. I'll start with a shout out to the films that didn't make the list for the reasons that I have not seen them. Had I seen them, perhaps they would have been on the list. And those include Nocturnal Animals, La La Land, Manchester by the Sea, The Salesman, Everybody Wants Some, Elle, Hail Caesar, Silence, and Julieta. As well as an honorable mention to The Witch, which did not make the list for the reasons of I never want to see that movie again. It was really good, and I'm really glad I've seen it, and I never want to see that movie again. It is freaky for all the reasons that makes it good. It's too good. I can't watch this again. Number 10, Arq, A-R-Q. Canadian-made film for Netflix, released in the fall on Netflix and also premiering at TIFF. What's nice about it? It is a really good science fiction story on a low budget there's a gimmick, but it's a very smart gimmick, and at no point are you confused, and at the same time, you don't know what's happening in the next 5 minutes. Like it is a very, they have a shtick, they stick to it, and it's very well done. Now, the acting is, the lead character comes off as being a bit of an asshole. So they could have structured him better. It's just angsty asshole, and it takes a while to kind of want to give a shit about him. But having said that, really cleverly written, well paced, well edited. You're not confused, but it's like a puzzle, and you're trying to figure out how the puzzle is gonna get solved. It's really entertaining. Number 9, Deadpool. No need to say much about it. It's just the movie that knows exactly what it is. It is entertaining. I've rewatched it 3 times this year, and every single time I enjoy it. And it's like if you catch it playing on an airplane, you just wanna keep watching it because it's that kind of a movie. It's entertaining. It's like Guardians of the Galaxy, but this year. Number 8, Green Room. Kind of a thriller slasher film, but also low budget, knows exactly what it is. Anton Yelchin is in the lead role. He did a very good job. It's a sad thing we lost him. Green Room is a film about a band of punk rockers who are down on luck and down on money, who decided to take this gig up in the boonies of Washington State, only to realize when they arrive that they're playing a gig for the neo-Nazis. Some stuff happens, and then their whole thing is they're just trying to leave the place. And it's a really well-done slasher thriller film. It was really well done. I think it came out sometime in the spring of 2016. Number 7, The Lobster. It's hard to describe this film. I would see it again. Essentially, the world that is created in The Lobster is insane, but they stick to the rules of the world that they created. So it is an insane world, and then they play by the rules of the insane world, and seeing how everything plays out. It's an entertaining, curious, weird movie. Highly recommend. Number 6, Neruda. This is a film, once you see it, you kind of go, uh-huh, and then the last third of the film happens, and you just go like, wait, I need to see this whole movie again, because the things that are happening in it, I mean, Gael Garcia Bernal's character is an interesting character, always in pursuit of this, of the main titular character, Neruda. I would say that I would say that everyone is going to be surprised by how the movie unfolds, and there's a deep desire to see that movie twice rather than once. And I guess that's a running theme of my list of films that made me think. Films that I want to rewatch are the ones that are making the list. Films that I saw and they're like a 7, that was nice, and I never want to see it again. Those films aren't going to make the list. So, number 5, short film, The Pine Tree Villa. German short film. I'll leave a link in the description to the trailer. I don't want to say too much without spoiling it and kind of talking what the movie is about. is spoiling it, but essentially it is a trippy, just downright beautiful animated film about a social issue. But it doesn't address a social issue directly. It addresses it via a visual metaphor, and the whole film is about that metaphor. It is an eye candy of a movie. It is the most beautiful animated film I've seen in years, and it's only 13 minutes long. It is incredible. I cannot wait until it's up on Vimeo in the full length. It's going to be amazing to see it again. Number 4 is Moonlight. Of the top 10 films on the list, I want to rewatch this one the least. But this is a film that made me think about the topic of the film for like easily 2 days after I've seen it. So I watched the film, and then I thought about it that night and then the next day, and it's still lingering on even the following day. I would say that to see a film about growing up in Florida in late 80s, early 90s, that would have been enough. That would have been interesting enough. To see a story about growing up young, well, obviously, but to be growing up in Florida at that time period, black, poor, and gay. I've never seen a film like that. That is, I've never seen the subject tackled about a character like that. I've never considered what it was like to be, what's it like to grow up that life. And it was a very thought-provoking, interesting movie. Beautifully acted, beautifully shot, amazing casting. I mean, of all like they should win Best Casting Award, because holy crap, kid, they managed to match the 7-year-old to the 16-year-old to like the 30-year-old, and they look like the same person, and they're 3 different people. Really well casted, really well directed. I mean, the pacing, I think the pacing is a little slow. I think you could like shave 10 minutes of that film and it will be just a little bit tighter, especially the third part of it. That's the sheer fact that so much of the film has people not talking but looking at each other, emoting with their eyes, faces, body language, and you really feel connected to those people. I mean, it is incredible. I have to give them the credit. Like, I was connected with the characters. I was a little petrified of some of the things that they had to endure. I would want to see this film again, but it is a bit of an emotional roller coaster to be seeing it again. So the film is not quite in the Requiem for a Dream territory of I don't want to see it again, but it is kind of close to American History X of really well made, really important, but you kind of dread having to watch it again because of how well made it is and what it makes you feel as you're watching it. So, Moonlight. Number 3, The Nice Guys. I think I've seen that movie like 4 times, and twice of it was like I saw it once and I saw it again. There's just something about the chemistry of the 2 characters, Russell Crowe and the pretty boy, and the chemistry that they have, and the writing and the directing and the pacing is just, it's so entertaining. You just want to see it again and again and again. And I wasn't even aware of Shane Black that much. Like, I'm not really a Shane Black fan. But I really like Nice Guys, The Nice Guys. So as far as comedies go, this might be the best comedy of the year, and it's clever. It's a little Lethal Weapon-y, but it is fun. It's just a fun ride. It's a film that once it comes on, like I probably would just, no matter what point the film comes on at, I would just watch the rest of it. Number 2, Arrival. Now, I'm somebody who loves science fiction, so when there's good science fiction, I'm really into it. When there's bad science fiction, I am vehemently, passionately hating it, like Prometheus. Hate that movie.
All she had to do was roll 3 times to escape its path. No f***ing way.
Arrival is so good. It is so good because it is on Christopher Nolan's level of puzzle telling. Storytelling, yes, but also puzzle telling. You're trying to figure out, what does all of this mean? And I have to tell you, from the very first shot of Arrival, where it's just like a slow tilt down from the ceiling to the room and then dollying in and revealing what's outside the window, This is when you know, okay, first of all, you got to take it slow. Second of all, there's a lot more importance given to things that you feel like are just filler. And this is a film that you have to see twice to really appreciate it. Because you see it once and you go like, uh-huh. But when you see it twice, you start picking up on all of the things that they're like building up. They're like tilting. It's like rewatching Inception. Like you could see all the little pieces being laid out right in front of you. Like they're building this puzzle in front of your eyes, and you can see around and go like, okay, I get that, and then it clicks, and it clicks at the right moment in the pacing of the film. Now, without revealing what the story is about, yes, there's a certain amount of criticism that is applicable to the types of movies that Arrival is. Yes, there's a bit of like a logical leap you have to make. But I would say one of the best films of the year, one of the best paced, edited, and put together films of the year, and the best science fiction film of this year by far. And I mean, hands down. And number one film of the year, as far as I'm concerned, Hell or High Water. An amazing Western. Amazing. This is on par with No Country for Old Men level of storytelling, cinematography, acting, writing. It is just very good. It is from the writer of Sicario. So essentially, two brothers are robbing banks. You don't know why. Clearly, there's a purpose behind it. And then you have two rangers who are trying to catch them. And it just goes back and forth between the robbers and the people trying to catch them. And so well made, so interesting, captivating. All the acting is superb. You just have Chris Pine and Ben Foster have their story together and trying to figure out why they're doing what they're doing. Clearly, there's a plan, but you don't know what it is. And then on the other side, Jeff Bridges and, oh my God, the guy from Breaking Bad. I don't know his name, but Jeff Bridges and his partner, they are also having this very interesting relationship that you kind of like get to learn. It's just such a good Western. And I don't even like Westerns. Like, it takes a lot for me to really get into a Western, but Hell or High Water is spectacular. Acting, writing, directing, pacing, just the way that your interest is captivated. Like every single thing they make is like, huh, that's a very clever thing to do. If I rob a bank, this is probably something that I would have to consider. Like it is that level of attention to detail, attention to planning, just the reasoning behind it. It's just so good, so good. So here's the quick rundown. Number 10, Ark. Number 9, Deadpool. Number 8, Green Room. Number 7, The Lobster. Number 6, Neruda. Number 5, The Pine Tree Villa. Number 4, Moonlight. Number 3, The Nice Guys. Number 2, Arrival. Best movie of the year, Hell or High Water. All right, David. I'll see you around.